Airport today. Louise Perry, 5 Live Travel.
There's a new look to Sundays on 5 Live.
From 9:30am.
The first part of today's show is about what's going on with crime, what the stats say.
Tony Livesey.
And how different is that from people's perception of crime.
From 11am.
I'm Nick Hancock, and this is the back end of next week. That's what's been happening around the country over the last 7 days. Shortly we'll be looking ahead to the next 7 as we try to predict some of the headlines for the week ahead.
From 9pm.
Men's Hour is back.
Topics such as how many kids to have, who does the housework, and men being able to work more flexibly.
A new look to Sundays on 5 Live.
On digital and online. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
With Richard Bacon. Coming up next.
5 Live Drive. Weekdays from 4.
It is 3:49 and John Barrowman is here. So many texts for you, John. Good afternoon. Just another Obama thing here. Can you ask John Barrowman? I don't know why Alan thinks you might know the answer to this. Does Barack Obama bring the Beast, his massive armour-plated car? Does he bring the Beast with him on a plane from the USA?
As far as I know, yes, he does. It's in.
But he doesn't drive here.
No, he doesn't drive here, and it's not like a James Bond submarine that he drives off the edge of the East Coast and then follows on. I think Air Force One has the cargo compartments underneath. It's either Air Force One or another. A plane exactly like Air Force One flies with them, and the front nose cone comes off the jumbo 747, and they drive all the vehicles
and presumably
in one of them.
The Marine One helicopter as well, because that comes as well.
That also is carried. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I assume, and I'm pretty sure it is carried within the other 747 aircraft.
It's
that
bound
travels.
to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gets here early, they unload.
Yeah.
Which is why whenever he gets here, he's all motorcade with his own vehicles. He's waiting for him when he gets off the plane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about that motorcade, and I said to you before we came on air and stuff, the fact motorcades are great to look at, and there's all those American cars there, but it's lovely to see the British cars that are are
interspersed with all of the Secret Service vehicles.
Brilliant.
I said this earlier. Whenever the US president's in town, I always go and see the motorcade, and not that many people do. Whenever I go to see it, it's not like the streets are packed, but it's a bit of theatre.
Have you done it?
Not this time, but I might do it tomorrow when he's at the House of Parliament after the show. I know it seems a bit weird, but it's fun to see.
It's not a bit weird at all. I think it's like one of those things. It's a one-off thing that you can say you've done.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's like having the royal wedding most recently. If you went and stood to watch it, you can actually say you watched it. I got up at 3:00 in Los Angeles and turned the television on because I wanted to be a part of it. I wanted to see it.
And you've been in LA because you've been filming as Captain Jack.
Correct.
Torchwood. And Torchwood's kind of finished, and then it's coming back. It's sort of finished, because last time you were here, you weren't sure if it was being recommitted. I said to you, John...
assumed it was finished.
I said, John Barrowman, is it coming back? And you were like, I don't know.
No, we didn't know, because with any TV show on the BBC, when it ends a series, when you finish that particular series, you have to wait to be recommissioned. And... seriously, you're looking at me like it's something new. Of course you know. Any show that's on the Beeb, you don't know if you're going to get recommissioned or not.
But the worry was, because Russell T Davies writes Torchwood, who wrote Doctor Who.
Yes.
Then he left Doctor Who, replaced by Stephen Moffat as the showrunner, exec producer, writer.
Yes.
So the fear was amongst fans, if Russell T Davies has left one, has he left both?
No.
Is it over?
No. The fear amongst fans, what you have to remember... because I get asked these questions a lot on Twitter and all the the other things that I get involved with. There's a lot of stuff that we're not allowed to talk about. So even at the time people were getting worried, we knew that it was going to continue, but it hadn't been confirmed yet.
And it's now a co-production between Britain and America.
A co-production between BBC, worldwide, BBC One, and also the Stars Network in the United States.
And is that why you're filming some of it in LA?
We filmed part of it in South Wales, and we also filmed part of it in Los Angeles.
Which location do you prefer?
I love both of them. I will say this: everybody asked me that question to get me to show my loyalty. I'm a Brit at heart, but I will say that the Americans fed us a lot. There was so much food on that set, which was unbelievable.
And it's really hot out there.
Actually, it wasn't this year. It was very rainy, and it was the coldest season they've ever had. It was cold. It was very cold. In fact, there was a couple of days when we were back in Wales, it was actually warmer than it was in Los Angeles.
Really?
So, yeah. I'm still not going to go there for you.
Let's some of these.
The fact is, Torchwood is coming back, and that's the most important thing.
It's 10 hours. 10
episodes, yes.
10 episodes. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot.
You've been filming since January.
Correct. And literally got off the plane 2 days ago.
Russell's
Arrived
right
back.
again.
Yes, Russell is back on board.
And the last episode I saw was just magnificent, but it was really quite dark. I mean, is it going to be as dark as it was?
Get ready. I mean, for those fans of Torchwood, the one thing their big fear was that it was going to be, in a sense, watered down when it went to the States. We're actually more edgy. We're edgier, and also it's darker, and it's an amazing series.
That's
and
the way to go.
I'm not just saying it because I'm in it, but it's jaw-droppingly good.
You want to be... dark is better.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Doctor Who is now Matt Smith.
Correct.
And your character started in Doctor Who with David Tennant, then got the own series. Will your character be appearing in this Doctor Who?
I get asked that an awful lot. I know I've had a conversation with Russell. I've had a conversation with Stephen Moffat, very off-the-cuff conversations. I would love to return, whether or not that's right for the new Doctor. But I would. If I'm asked, I would do it at the drop of a hat. Totally, because people know I love playing Captain Jack. It's one of the best
Doctor
characters.
Who going to be in Torchwood?
No, not this. No, not this current series.
I've got an idea. Put Doctor Who in it, but make it David Tennant, and because it's like sci-fi, you can explain anything. You're going to
have to speak to the writers. Then you'll have to speak to Russell. It would be interesting. It really would. Don't know if it would happen because of the subject matter, because it's more difficult for the Doctor to transfer into another show than it is for Jack.
Yeah, I see. Okay,
if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Richard. Oh no, that's the Beast one. Hang on. How does John feel about receiving an honorary degree from the Royal Scottish Academy of Music and Drama?
Oh, I'm surprised people know about that.
That's Eleanor. Because you've got Scottish roots. You were born in Glasgow, raised, was it Illinois?
I was born in Glasgow, left there when I was about 8, and raised in Illinois. And they have offered me an honorary doctorate degree in music and theatre and performing arts. And the irony of that is I left the U.S. in 89 to come and study Shakespeare over here, and didn't get to do it because I got a job and starring opposite Elaine Page in the West End. So I never got to get my degree in what I wanted to get the degree in. So they're offering it to me because of all the experience, I guess, that I've had. But I'm going to accept it.
Great, good for you.
Of course I will.
On the Scottish front, we did a show last week from Edinburgh all about Scottish independence. That is, some would argue, a step closer after Alex Salmond's win. Are you in favour of that? You all for that?
It's a difficult thing, and I usually have. I'm very opinionated on certain things, and I don't know enough about it to formulate probably a strong opinion. But I believe we are the United Kingdom.
So you're not for?
I think
separate for independence.
No, I'm not saying I'm not. I don't know enough about it to say, how would they survive? How would it, work? What things would, the financial system, all that. I just believe that we are the United Kingdom and we should stick together.
Having done this debate on it for a couple of hours last week, the impression coming away, I've kind of realised no one actually knows what independence really means. No one can really say this is exactly what it will mean for Scotland. The more you look at it, the more confusing it is.
Well, then again, you don't know what it means. If it were to happen, then that's when you find out what it means.
Look, there's only 4 minutes left. You've really come in here to talk about Tonight's the Night.
I enjoy talking to you, though.
I know, I like this. It's fun. We can just roll like this. I'm sorry we're running out of time. Because Tonight's the Night is your Saturday night entertainment show on BBC One.
Yes.
And it's coming back in the summer.
July and August.
And you are here to appeal to people to get involved.
Well, we've had mass amounts of appeals that have come in from people. It's to make people's dreams come true. And, the obvious thing that people often think about is performing, singing and things like that. And what I'm kind of shouting out for, if anybody has any bizarre off-the-wall ones, like if you want to abseil down Blackpool Tower, or if you want to skydive, or if you know someone that's deserving in your street that you might think might enjoy meeting their hero. If your dad has a dream about playing golf with a famous golfer, or running with a very famous runner, or running a race against them, something like that.
So it's an element of Jim will fix it. It's John Barrowman will fix it, is the show.
If that's what you want to call it, you are more than welcome to call it.
And so if you have a dream like that you want to get fulfilled, you can contact John Barrowman. And how do you do that? Why don't you give people your mobile?
Well, the phone number is 0208 576 9785.
And that's your home landline, right?
That's the landline. 0208 576 9785. Or you can go to the BBC website and type in Tonight's the Night.
Tonight's the Night.
It'll take you
to...
So
a dream you want fulfilled. Maybe you wrote to Jim will fix it and he ignored you. Go to John Barrowman instead.
Ours are a bit bigger than Jim's, wishes and the things that he granted.
It's better. That's what you're saying.
It's more modern. It's a modern take on it.
So if you have this, think about this.
What would be your dream? What would be your ultimate kind of, if I could make something come true? You're laughing, there's a big grin on your face.
I'd like to ride on Air Force One.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, noted. I'll call it.
How are you going to pull that off,
Listen,
John?
You know what? Stranger things have happened.
Okay.
And I might just be disguised one day and, be in a pub or somewhere and rip the wig off and say, here, Richard, your dreams come true. Tonight's the night. You're going to fly on Air Force One.
You're getting me excited now, John.
I'd have to go with you, actually.
Of course.
Because I think that would be awesome. That would be wicked.
I mean, that really would be awesome, wouldn't it?
And then drive you around in what do you call it, the Beast?
Yeah, the Beast. Look, if you can't get me an Air Force One, get me into the Beast.
Get you into the Beast.
You were a judge on Say Think You Can Dance last week, weren't you?
Yeah.
How did that go? Fun?
It went really well. It was really good. It was a nice thing to be involved with, and also to, have a different look at, have fresh eyes on some of the competitors in the competition. I caused a bit of a stir.
Did you?
I spoke honestly and freely. Yeah.
What do you mean you got like a backlash and things?
No, I didn't get a backlash. People, the audience started shouting, bring back Nigel. And I turned around and said, oh, shut up. He's not here. I am instead.
Nigel, let's go. Thank you for coming in, John.
Thank you very much.
Tonight, go to the BBC website, look for Tonight, or ring John's landline.
I'm sure you can put it on your website for the radio.
And
0208 576 9785.
Thank you, John.
I'm going to make your dream come true.
Thursday, I have Rob Lowe on this show. Rob Lowe, Thursday. Tomorrow, Jeffrey Deaver. He's written a new James Bond novel, and it's The Moaning as well. Thank you for listening. Here's Drive. Bye-bye.
On digital and online.
This is BBC Radio 5 Live.